Hi, my name is Jochem and I'm going to do 1 hour of Pilates with you, and this time in English. Roll yourself on your back, and then we easily start to soften the back and yeah, make a nice little start. Lay your arms next to you with your hand palms to the ceiling, and maybe you can turn your thumbs a little bit more down, so then you can roll your shoulders more down. Your feet are hip width apart, and when you stretch your arms out, you can touch your heels. Okay, when you lay your head down, lift it a little bit more and pull your chin more in, and then the crown of your head, push it more away, and so lower the back of your head to the floor, and maybe you feel a nice stretch. And with this, your tailbone, so the lowest part of your spine, pull it up to your knees, so round your lower back a little bit, and keep your tailbone lifted to your knees during this movement. And then you lift yourself from your lower back, your middle back to your upper back by pushing your knees away and attracting the muscles on the front of your legs, upper legs, and roll yourself easily down. And try to move your spine vertebra by vertebra. And then maybe you lift yourself to your shoulder blades, or maybe even higher if you like. And try to relax your butt. And when you relax your butt more, you can feel more of your lower spine muscles. And it's easy to work vertebra by vertebra in your lower back. And with your breath, breathe in through your nose and breathe out through your mouth, Pilates breath. And maybe one breath you lift yourself, and the other breath you lower yourself, or maybe you take more breaths to lift and to lower. And is it still possible to relax your butt? And let the back of your legs hang. Push your knees to the wall in front of you, and try to attract the front of your legs more. Relax your face, your arms, and lift yourself maybe 2 or 3 more times. Maybe you push a little bit more with your feet on the floor. When you push with your feet on the floor, push your knees away to the wall in front of you. And maybe last time, try to feel where you are with your vertebrae. Which one are you bringing to the floor and which one are you lifting? Last one, and keep your tailbone lifted to your knees when you go up and also when you go down. And this is the last time. Lower yourself. And maybe it's nice to pull one knee to your chest and your other leg. Stretch it out, and if it's okay, you can lay it flat on the floor, and maybe you even flex your foot. So you push your heel away, your toes, you bring them to your nose, and you feel a nice stretch in your lower back. Okay, we'll also do the other side, so change your legs. But when it's not okay for your lower back, you can also keep your feet on the floor, but if you can stretch it out, and then push your heel away, bring your toes to your nose and feel even more stretch. And the other one is with your knees over your chest. Keep length at the back of your neck, so keep pulling your chin a lot in. It's more nice from the back of your head and your neck. Okay, after this, bring both knees together and make little rounds. So you give yourself a little bit of massage, so for your lower back. And you keep your upper chest silent, and your lower back you maybe round it even more. Maybe 2 times this side on, and then turn also the other way around. And then with the lesson we start with some abdominals exercises, and then more for the back. And after that we end the lessons with also abdominals, but more for your upper back, for your upper body, upper abdominals. Okay, well, let's start. Bring your knees together, tabletop, and your feet are together. together, maybe your toes a little bit wider from each other so you make Pilates feet. And let your hands glide, so just at the front of your legs, and then push with your hands to your legs, and with your legs you push back. And if you feel that like pushing really hard to your legs, and your legs pushing hard to your hands, you feel your lower abdominals attract. So with your belly more to the inside, you feel some attracting of those muscles. We're gonna use those muscles. We're gonna start with toe taps. Keep this corner in your knees square, and from there lower one leg and then touch the floor. Toe taps. And then your other leg, bring it down, touch the floor. And with your breath, you breathe out and then you lower your leg. And you breathe in, you lift it. You can bring your arms to the ceiling, but if you do that, bend your arms and bring your hand palms together. And that's nicer for your shoulders. When you lift your arms, it's even more work. You can also lower them and bring them to the floor. And then keep your hand palms to the ceiling and your thumb to the back. You can make this exercise more easy. And then you can make the start of your knees a little bit more to the front of you. And the rest is the same. You can also make it more difficult, bring your knees even more far away from you. And the rest is the same. But your lower back, keep it pulling in to the floor. So don't make your lower back round. Just those lower abdominals, so around your belly, pull them in when you lower your leg and back. I think you breathe out when you lower your leg, breathe in when you lift it. Keep your chin in and the crown of your head, keep pushing it away. Well, I think you're going to start feeling now. If it's too much, then you quit, okay? And if you want to do it, make it even more tough, you can also do it with both legs. You can bring your heels together and with breathing out, lower, 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 but keep your lower spine really to the ground, so as low as possible. So pull your belly in when you bring your feet, or both feet, to the floor. Well, 2 on the left, 2 on the right, last 2. And as I mentioned before, if you want to quit earlier and protect yourself. Don't listen to me, but listen to your own body. That's what I mean to say. Okay, I think the last one. Well, bring your feet as wide as your mat and bring your knees together. This is nice for your lower back. It's soft and easy on the ground. A little bit rest. Okay, stretch your legs out and feel where are your lower ribs. So bring your fingers on your lower ribs and pull them more into your body. Okay, well, keep them in while making this movement. So you're gonna attract your upper abdominals. Yes? So when you lift your arms, keep them bent, and then you pull your arms over your head, and this is the rib cage pull. You have to pull the rib cage down to the floor while moving your hands above you. So then you use your upper abdominals. So if you want to try it again, bring your lower ribs in and take your arms up and keep them in and feel how much you have to really attract them to bring them down, not to lift them. Okay, we're gonna use both for the next exercise. So your lower abdominals and your upper abdominals. The start is the same. You bring your knees together and your feet together. And if you want to make it more easy, more to your nose, otherwise more away from you. This time you bend one knee, and if there is a little ball at your butt, you're gonna push it over the floor, and then you stretch your leg out. And then you bring your knees back again. Other leg. I think you breathe out, and then you push it over the floor away, and you breathe in, and you bring your leg back. Same as the previous exercise. You can lift your arms if you like. That's not necessary. You can also lower them. That's easier. So now we're going to use the lower abdominals. So pull your belly in Keep your lower spine as close to the floor as you can. And also your lower ribs. Pull them in. Breathe out when you stretch your leg, maybe just above the floor, and then back. If you want to make it even more tough, you can also use both legs. Your heels together, toes a little bit away from each other. You stretch them out together and you lift again. I think this exercise is even more tough than the previous one. Maybe you can do both legs 2 times. And just I mentioned before, if you want to quit earlier, quit earlier, or make it more easy. And for the last, okay, this time bring your feet hip width, but with some space between your knees. Lay your arms down, a little bit of twist. So bring your knees to one side, keep your shoulders on the floor and bring your head to the other side. Breathe in and lift your knees again and turn to the other side. So feel the nice gentle twist by lifting your knees when you breathe in and lower your knees when you breathe out. Keep your shoulder blades on the floor, your shoulders. Turn your head away from your knees. So we used the lower abdominals and the upper abdominals in the last exercise. And now we're gonna use more the upper abdominals for the next exercise. Okay, bring your feet together, your heels together, your toes a little bit wide. If you want, you can lift your arms again, that's the same. Keep your shoulders on the floor, keep your lower abdominals in, and then you roll to one butt, your shoulders on the floor, and then you stretch your legs out to the side. And you bend your knees again, and then you roll to the middle, keep your lower abdominals in, and then you push to the other side. And so you roll from one side to the other, and when you push your legs away, bring your upper abdominals in. So your lower ribs, pull them in when you push your feet away. If you want it more easy, you don't stretch your legs. And you lay your arms on the floor and you roll from one side, maybe with your heels more to your butt, to the other side. That's easier. You can lift your arms, makes it even more difficult. Or if you want to make it very difficult, make a bigger shape. Bigger shape with your feet, bring your feet lower. And maybe you keep your both legs stretched out and you go from one side to the other side. Makes it even more tough if you like. So your lower ribs, pull them in. When you turn to one side. And also pull them in. And you go to the other side. And can you go 2 more times to the left and 2 more times to the right? Okay. So pull them in, that's important, and then push away. Last one, this time. And the other one. Okay. And maybe it's nice to bring both knees to yourself and roll a little bit. If you want to do another movement, make another movement. If you want to do another kind of stretch. Okay, now we're gonna move the back the other way around. So, like the start of the lesson, bring your feet hip width and your arms next to you, and then push yourself up to a bridge. Or maybe you want to make the bridge even higher, and you can bring your arms on the mat, and then you bring your fingers together, your elbows as close as possible, and then walk your shoulder blades more to each other. And then you lift your chest, so your chin and your chest bone are close to each other. And both feet firmly on the floor. And now you can attract your butt and push your knees and pull the strength of your legs. And When this is enough, you can stay here. If it's too much, you can go to the first exercise and roll yourself up and down. But if you want to make it more tough, walk your feet more to each other. Bring your feet in the middle of the mat. Now we're going to make a movement with the legs. One leg, bring it to your nose and then stretch it out. And now the hardest part of this exercise, bend your knee, but keep your butt lifted and then only lower your leg. Other way, other leg. Lift it, breathe in and breathe out. Lower it, lower it. Or keep your hips lifted when you lower your leg. Breathe in and lift and breathe out slowly to the floor. Do you want to even make it more tough? Walk your feet even more wide, maybe even hip width. And feel how hard you have to work now to balance your hips, your pelvis, to keep it straight and to keep it level to the floor. If you want to make the movement with your legs, try to lift both legs 3 more times. And as I mentioned before, when it's too much, just quit and maybe you relax a little bit, or maybe you make it easier. Okay, both legs 1 more time. Okay, both feet on the floor. And if you've got your fingers crossed, bring your arms next to you. Roll yourself down. Bring your hands to your knees and maybe you roll yourself up. And if you like, you can put your feet on the floor and round on your back. And maybe you let your head hang, or maybe you make a little bit movement with your neck, your head. Say yes and no. When you did that, cross your feet and then roll over your feet. So we're going to do cat-cow now. Nice for your back. So bring your knees hip width, your hands shoulder width, and to make a cat, push the floor away and let your head hang and lift your chest to the ceiling. For cow, bend your arms, bring your chest bone to your thumbs, and then push it to the front. Okay, I think you like to breathe in when you make a cat, but maybe you also want to breathe out. Do the movement with the breath you like. I'd like to breathe in for a cat, and I can push even more with my hands in the mat and breathe out to let my belly hang and roll my shoulders back. And while you do this stretch, maybe you can roll a lot with your shoulders and with your pelvis. Make the movement as big as possible. So like your tailbone, there's really a tail. Lift your tail when you hollow your back for some cat, and bring your tail so through your knees to your nose when you round in your back for a cow. And 2 more times, and make the movement as big as possible. Roll your shoulders back, push with your hands, and last one, make it as big as possible. Okay. Well, keep your hands and knees in the place where they are, but bring yourself a little bit more back to a kind of child's pose. Okay, from here we're going to start some easy movements. From here you lift yourself again, and then you stretch one hand and one leg, one arm, one leg, cross, and stretch yourself out. And breathe in and make yourself as long as possible. You bring your knee and your hand back, and then to this child's pose, you bring yourself to the floor again. Other arm, other leg. Breathe in and stretch yourself out. And breathe out. Lower yourself again. We start very easily. Those movements we're doing now are for the muscles around your spine. And it keeps you balanced all day. Breathe in for length and keep your lower back straight and strong. So I think when you breathe in, you lift your belly a little bit more. So make your back straight. Your hand palms are to the to the walls and your thumbs to the ceiling. And one toe, like if you're gonna touch the wall at the back, and with your fingers touch the wall at the front. And 2 more times. Make yourself as long as possible and breathe in. And breathe out to your child's pose. Last one. Okay, and from here you keep yourself in horse stance, and we're gonna make it even more tough. If you make it more easy, bring your knees more to the middle of the mat, or maybe your knees touch each other. When you make it more tough, your knees stay behind your elbows. Okay, we're going back for this exercise. Breathe in, make yourself longer, then you hold. From here, you bring your arm and your leg to the side. Where your shoulder keeps, you keep it above your hand, and then you bring it down. So with your breath, breathe in, make yourself long and straight. Breathe out, bring your arm and your leg to the side. Breathe in to the front and to the back, and breathe out to the floor. And then again. Then keep looking at your mat, so keep your neck in the same length of your spine. Keep pushing with your hand on the floor, like you're pushing the floor away, so keep your chest also lifted, the whole of your back strong, your lower back, pull your belly in, so to make a hollow back, make it very straight. And can you keep your body at the same place and only bring your arm and only bring your leg to the side. Use your breath to make the movement. So breathe in for length, breathe out to the side, breathe in for length and breathe out to the floor. If it's okay, 2 more times on the right and 2 more times on the left. When it's enough, maybe it's nice to do a child's pose. Other, both, 1 more time. Last one. And if you are not already into a child's pose, do it now. So bring your knees to the side of the mat, your big toes touch each other, and walk with your hands to and on the side of the mat, and then lower your head, or maybe bring your ear to the side of your head more to the floor, also possible. I'm going to do more exercises for the back, but also for your butt. And the next exercises are for your lower back and your butt. So important to keep your lower back straight, so keep your belly lifted in the exercises. Okay, you bring your hands together, and then you bring your nose above the thumbs. If you want to make it more easy, you bring your knees together, and when you want to make it more tough, you bring your knees wider, maybe just behind your elbows. If you want to make it even more tough, keep your nose above your thumbs, but bring your knees even more further away. Okay, a lot of options, isn't it? Okay, from here, lift one leg, and then you push your knee to the back, like you can touch the wall. Then you bend your knee and bring your heel to your butt. From here we make the movement, and then you lift your heel like if you're gonna touch the ceiling with your heel. And you bring it up and down. Maybe you move very slowly, or maybe you want to move more fast, that's also okay. But keep your hips leveled next to each other. And when you want to feel more, bend your knee even more, bring your heel even more to your butt, and from there lift. And keep pushing with your arms in the floor, like you're pushing the floor away. So make it a little bit rounded with your upper back. And your lower back, is it still strong and straight? So now you can feel the butt and your lower back. If you can, push for 5 more times to the ceiling and back again. Keep breathing into your nose, out through your mouth. Last 2. And if you want to do cat-cow or child's pose between them, it's okay, of course. And otherwise we go to the other leg. And choose how difficult you want to make it. And first, bring your knee to the back, make your lower back straight, then bend your knee so your heel is more to your butt, and from there, lift it to the ceiling, like you're pushing to the ceiling. When you lift your leg, your heel, you have to work harder to keep your lower spine straight. So when you lift your heel, you lift your belly as well, attract your lower abdominals. And feel you have to push more with one side, with your arm on the side which your leg is lifted. Also keep your upper body straight to the seat, straight to the floor. Can you bend your knee more? Can you lift your heel more? And maybe 5 more times. Keep pushing with your arms on the floor. Your chest bone lifted. I think last 2. Okay. And bring your knees back. Oh, maybe it's nice to make a child's pose with a twist. So bring your knees to the side of the mat, your big toes together, and then you keep yourself lifted, and one arm you bring it on the floor with your hand palm to the ceiling, then bring your fingers as far away as possible, and then lay yourself down with the weight of your upper body on your shoulder. Maybe the arm in front of you, you can reach it even more away. And then you lower your head again. Nice stretch for your shoulder. And also, of course, your lower back. Well, then breathe for maybe 2 more times. And then we go to the other side. So with the hand in front of you, push yourself a little bit more up and change hands. And then you push your fingers away. Your hand palm is to the ceiling, and then you push your fingers away as far as possible. And bring all the weight on your shoulder and your upper arm. Maybe you can touch with your ear the floor. The arm above you, maybe you can bring it more far away from you. Relax with your lower body. And also here, breathe for 2 more times. Okay, nice. Bring yourself back on the same position as before. So you bring your fingers together, your elbows are shoulder width. For the easy option, your knees in the middle of the mat. For the more tough, your knees more wide, maybe between your elbows, or maybe more to the back. So choose what you want to do. Your nose above your thumbs, same as the last one, but this time you stretch your leg out. And when you stretch your leg out, level your hips parallel to the floor, and keep it like that. Okay, and maybe you lift your belly a little bit to keep your lower spine strong again. This one is also for your lower spine and also your butt. The way you're pointing your toe right now is the middle. And from the middle, we're gonna turn. So first lower your leg and then bring it round that middle you just pointed. When you lift your leg, you have to work even more hard to keep your lower spine straight. And so when you lift your leg, you pull your belly up to keep your lower spine more straight, okay? You can make small rounds, and you can also make them bigger. Bigger rounds are more tough. Moving slow is also more tough. And then you can be more precise. You are exhausting the same muscles more than turning fast. And turn for 1 or maybe 2 rounds this way. Last one. And we're gonna, same leg, yes, but now the other way around. 6 more times, okay? So your nose is still above your thumbs, and you keep pushing with your lower arms on the floor. And so you keep your chest lifted. Also your upper back is strong. And is your lower back also strong? No movement in your lower back, please. Only your leg. I think the last 2 rounds. Okay, when you did it, we can go straight to the other one. But if you like to take some rest, take some rest. Take the option you want, your knees in the middle, your knees wide, or even more far away from your arms. Choose whatever you like. And if you're ready for it, and you point your big toe to the ceiling behind you, you level your hips again, and your pelvis is square with the floor. Okay, where you're pointing now, that's the middle. Yeah, from there you lower your leg more to the floor, and then you turn on the middle spot you just pointed. Same as the other way, of course. And feel you have to push more hard with one arm to keep yourself, no movement, only movement of your leg. The rest of your body is still. Maybe you breathe in when you lift your leg and breathe out when you lower it, or maybe just turn it around. And then 2 more times this way. And then we go the other way. Also 6 times. And no movement, only your leg. So when you lift your leg, pull your belly up, keep your lower spine straight, keep pushing with your arms, and now it's going to be tough. Okay, but quit early if you like, okay? I think last 3 or 2. Move slowly, keep breathing, and 1 more time. Okay, and we also finish this one with a child's pose. Maybe you want to make a different kind of child's pose. You can also bring your knees to each other, and then you bring your feet together, and then you bring your arms to the back with your hand palms to the ceiling, and then also bring the front of your head face to the floor. Round on your back. A little bit more rest this time. We did a lot already. And then breathe in for maybe 2 more times. When you're ready, lift yourself, and now we're going to move to the side of the body. So you're going to feel it more from your lower ribs to your pants, this part. Lay yourself down on your side and bring your feet together, and your lower arm, stretch them out, stretch it out, okay? And with your upper arm, you lift it, so now you push your chest bone more to the front and look to the hand in front of you. Your butt wants to roll to the back, but keep it to the front, so keep your both hips leveled. Okay, and then you stretch yourself out, make from your legs 1 leg, and then you lift yourself and bring yourself back again. So if it's possible, only keep your hand in the floor, and then you lift your shoulder and your arm. You lift both legs like they're glued together. Take 1 breath when you lift yourself, and 1 breath when you lower yourself. And when you lift yourself, bring your butt more to the front. And I know it's not a very easy position to lie on. Your pelvis on the side, but okay. 1 breath to lift, 1 breath to lower. If you can do this for 4 more times, lift for 4 more times. If it's not nice for your neck and shoulders, you can also do only your legs. Keep your head in maybe you can also bring your ear so to your arm, or support it with your hand. Okay, I think last two or last one. And when you did that, and another exercise for your butt, but this time more to the side. If you want to make it more easy, keep your knees and your legs far away, and if you want to make it more tough, pull your knees more in and bring your feet more to the front. And maybe when you look to your knees, you can see your toes. Bring your hand up the upper pelvis and push it away to give yourself more length in your lower back. Support your head and maybe you lower your leg and lift your head leg, what's now meant to say. Lift your upper leg and then touch your knee. Bring it back to the air. Touch your heel and bring it back. And then fast if you like. You can also do it slow. So you heel, knee, heel, knee. And if you want to make it more tough, you can also lift your lower leg. You want to do it fast, or maybe slow, also good. If you want to do it fast, we'll do for 20 more times. 20, 19, 18, 17. Last 10, 9, 4. Yeah. Exactly where you feel it. So if you like to give yourself a little massage, give yourself a little massage. Okay, good. And from here, bring yourself flat on the floor with your nose to the mat. After that, we're gonna do the other side, okay? But first, a movement for your upper back. So bring your big toes together and bring your heels more to the side, so you can relax your butt and you can relax your legs even more. And then you bring your nose to the mat and your arms are wide and your elbows are more to the shoulders and your fingers are pointing to the front, so you're making a little bit of a square in your elbow, okay? And you can lower both arms if you like, and then look to one elbow and then lift it and bring it down, and look to the other elbow and then lift it and bring it down. But if you want to make it more tough, keep both arms just above the floor, leveled, and then turn to one side, bring yourself back, and then turn to the other side and bring yourself back. And try to not attract your butt, your legs, so we're only gonna move your upper back. We're not gonna use the lower back because we did that already a lot with the last exercises. If you want to make it more easy, can you bring your hands next to your shoulder and your elbows more back? Or when it's not nice from your neck, you can also bring your arms so on your lower back and palms to the ceiling, and then roll up and back and roll up and back. And if you want to make it even more tough, that's also possible. Stretch your arms more out, yeah? And then lift one arm and bring it back, and then the other arm, lift it more, make it more tough. So choose your option. If you like, you can do both arms 2 more times. And yeah, like your elbows are just next to your shoulders, so square in your elbow. Good. Breathe. So breathe from one side. I think you breathe in when you lift. Lower, breathe out. And last time. Okay. When you did that, turn yourself to the other way. Gonna work more on the side of the body. From your pants to your lower ribs, this part. And your lower arm, bring it to the front with your hand palm to the ceiling. Your upper butt, bring it more to the front, and then stretch your arm out. Push your chest bone more to the front and look to your hand on the front. Okay, then you lift yourself and you bring yourself back. Same option as before. You can also lift only your legs. If it's not nice for your head, you can support your head maybe by lowering it. And feel when you go up that your upper butt wants to roll to the back. So keep it more to the front. Makes the exercise more tough. You can feel even more. And your shoulder, keep it more back. So you keep your upper shoulder more back and your upper butt more to the front. And then breathe when you go up and breathe when you go down. Keep looking at your front hand. And maybe 4 or 5 more times. Glue your legs together. When it's possible, only keep your hand on the floor and lift your arm, lift your shoulder, lift your head. Last 2, I think. Okay. And just as I mentioned before, when those exercises are very tough, quit earlier, okay? We're gonna do the butt, but this time the other side and the side of your butt. So bring your knees more to your nose if you want to make it more tough, and stretch your legs more out. When you want to keep it more easy, you bring them further away from you. Okay, support your head or lay your head down and bring your upper leg in the air. Touch your knee, bring it to the air, touch your heels and bring it in the air. Now, if you like, you can do it fast, you can do it slow if you like. Want to make it more tough, your lower leg on the floor, keep your heel lifted, same movement. You get fatigued really fast with this movement, but try to go on. Otherwise, if you want to stop, stop earlier. But maybe we can do it for 25 more times. 25, 24, 23. If you want to do it more slow, do it more slow. And then we go to the last 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Okay, good. If you want to give yourself a little massage, give yourself a little massage and then roll yourself on your back and stretch yourself out. So push your heels away, take your arms above your head and then breathe in and make yourself long, like the longest you can make yourself, and breathe out, lower yourself. Breathe in and attract every muscle in your body, and breathe out, just relax. And one more time. Breathe in. And breathe out. Okay. Feel your lower ribs again, because now we're going to work for the abdominals again. But this time more to focus on your upper abdominals. So if you like, pull your lower ribs even more in. If you like, you can touch them. And keep them where they are right now and lift your both arms and pull your lower ribs in, and then you bring your arms above your head, and maybe you can touch the floor, but maybe also not. Just this is an exercise to feel where your upper abdominals are. We're going to use it for the next one. Maybe last time you lower your arms and pull your rib cage in to the floor. Okay. What are you going to do? So bring your fingers together and bring your hands at the back of your head, and then your pinkies to the crown of your head and your thumbs in your neck, and then you bring your elbows together and they point at the ceiling, and look at the ceiling just right above you. Keep yourself long, just as long as you make yourself. Keep your lower back from the floor, and now you pull your lower ribs in and you push your chest bone up, and with the length you had, you lift your head and lift your shoulders and bring yourself back to the floor again. Breathe out and bring your rib cage to the ceiling and breathe in, lower yourself. But keep length, length. I think you lift yourself only a centimeter or maybe 5, maybe 6 or even less. When you lift, your lower spine, your lower back, keep it from the floor. When you lift, Pull your lower ribs in and push your chest bone up. And it's easy to breathe out and then lift. Don't look to the front, just look just above you to the ceiling, maybe a little bit to the back, that makes it easier. Like if your elbows can touch the ceiling just above you. Straight to the ceiling and straight back, and not pulling with your head. You push your head in your hands when you lift yourself, otherwise you can feel your neck. That's not we want to feel the upper abdominals. So push your head into your hands and then lift. And if you can lift yourself for maybe 6 more times, lift yourself, keep the length, like you're pushing your rib cage together when you lift, and then you lift your chest bone. And pull your lower ribs, pull them in. I think maybe the last 2 times. Okay. And you make yourself long again. When you did that, and if you like, you breathe in and you make yourself even longer and attract every muscle. Just the same as we did, and breathe out, do nothing. Okay, take some rest. If you want to do some other movement, take another movement when you want to pull one knee to yourself, or take both knees, or you want to make a movement with your knees from one side to the other. You can also choose for that. And when you've did that, we go further. Take your arms above you. Next one, we're gonna roll up very slowly, if it's possible. Take your arms up, and when your thumbs are just between your head and the ceiling, then you lift your head. Pull your chin in, and then you look through your toes. Pull your lower ribs in and to push your chest bone to the front, and look if you can easily roll yourself up. When your lower abdominals attract them, and then lift yourself, and then reach over your knees, and like there's a big thing on your upper legs, you reach over them, and then we're gonna roll back. So make your arms soft and pull your belly in for your lower abdominals, and if it's too hard to lift yourself, you can also stop here and go back again. And if you can roll yourself down and roll yourself up, you roll yourself down to the floor, and you start again. Keep breathing. So keep your breath, and keep your chin in, look through your toes, keep your shoulders to the back, and pull your rib in, lower rib, push your chest bone to the front, and like there's a little big ball on your legs, you reach over that ball, and then you go back again. Like I mentioned before, when it's too hard to bring yourself from the floor, you quit earlier, and then you go back. Also an option is when you go up, you can bring one knee to yourself, and you can use that knee, that leg to push it away, make it maybe also easier. And when you lower your lower spine, vertebra by vertebra, middle, and then your upper back. And if you can, for 3 more times, roll yourself up and roll yourself back again. Pull your chin in, keep your shoulders low and soft. When you did that stretch over that ball, after that, bend your elbows, or keep your shoulders very soft and to the floor. Maybe the last one or last 2. When it's enough, you quit and you take some rest. Do whatever you like and do whatever you can. Don't go too far. Just I mentioned before, listen to your own body and not to me. Okay? And when you did the last one, you keep yourself lifted. And maybe you bring your arms just around your knees, and you let your head hang. Maybe like before, you say yes and you say no. And take some rest. Just round back. Okay, then we go on. Bring your feet more to each other and bring yourself as straight as possible with your spine as you can. And with this straight spine, you bring your hands under your knees, elbows down to the floor, and pull your shoulders a little bit more back. So you're sitting now more behind your sitting bones. If you can, you lift one leg, keep your lower spine as straight as possible, keep your chest bone lifted. And maybe you can also bring the other one up. Bring your heels to each other, maybe your toes, turn them outwards. And if you can, you don't keep your knees, your legs again, lift your arms as well. You can straighten your arms, you can straighten your legs, but keep your lower spine straight and keep breathing. Okay, if you can, take 3 more breaths. Breathe in, lift your chest, breathe out, keep your shoulders very soft. Good, take 1 more breath. Keep lifted with your chest and your shoulders soft. And bring your feet to the floor and make yourself round again. I'm doing this exercise for 1 more time, but first take some rest. When you're ready, last one. So bring your hands under your knees, elbows soft, shoulders soft, straight up. And when you're straight up, lift one leg, bring your shoulders to the back. Okay. Can you lift your arms? Lift your arms, otherwise hold your legs. Push your chest bone to the front, maybe your toes away from each other for those Pilates feet. And breathe for 4 or 5 more times. Keep breathing in, make yourself strong with your upper back. Breathing out, attract your lower abdominals maybe even more to keep your spine, lower spine as straight as possible. Okay, this is tough, isn't it? Maybe 2 more breaths. Maybe you can stretch your legs a little bit more. Keep your chest lifted, last breath. Okay, good. Again to your mat. And the next one we're gonna do is just for fun. It's also for your abdominals, but it's also the fun. We go to the seal. We're gonna roll like a ball. So see if you're not rolling to something. And then bring yourself just in front of your mat, and then you bring your feet together, your heels together, and with your hands to the hand palms to the ceiling, you bring them under your legs, and then you take your legs. Okay? Well, from here, pull your chin in and keep yourself round. Okay? And important to keep yourself round and your chin to your chest bone. Okay? During this whole exercise, then you roll back. And when you roll to the front, you keep your feet just lifted for 10 centimeters above the floor, okay? And then you roll back and forwards. Maybe also a nice massage for your back, maybe also a little bit of fun. Keep your chin in, keep yourself round. And if you like to roll, even for 2 more times. If you don't like it, just keep yourself maybe for this nice one, let your head hang. Otherwise, last one. Okay, good. I think we did enough, didn't we? Okay, some stretches to end. One of my favorite easy stretch. Bring your heels together, your knees, and then roll to one side, a lying twist. Your arms like a cross, open them. Your hand palms to the ceiling, bring your shoulders to the floor, and then turn your head from your knees away. If you like, you can also stretch your upper leg and you can push your foot away, and you can feel more stretch to the side of your leg, side of your butt. And if you don't like it, you can keep your knees together. If it's too much, you can bring your knees more far away from you. And when you think, well, I want to feel more, pull your knees even more up. Okay? So when you lay down, take some rest. And breathing out, you can relax even more. Keep your chin in and maybe the crown of your head a little bit further away from you. And also your lower back, keep it long. So pull your belly a little bit in. And then breathe for 2 or 3 times. Breathing in gives you more length, and breathing out makes it more easy to relax. Last one. And then roll yourself to the other side. And if you like, you do the same thing. You can stretch your upper leg if you got space, and then when you stretch it out, you can feel more the side of your leg, side of your butt, even for more stretch. If you want to feel less, push your feet more away, bring your knees more away from your arms. Otherwise, you can pull them more up. Keep both shoulders on the floor if it's possible, and then you turn your head from your legs away. And relax your face, relax your muscles. And while twisted, keep your spine long. So pull your belly a little bit more in. The tailbone, bring it a little bit further away. Your chest bone, push it more to the side, toward the ceiling. And take 3 more breaths. And last one. Okay, use your arms, abdominals, to roll yourself more to the middle again. Maybe you like to bring both knees together and make some rounds again. A little bit of massage for your lower back. And bring one foot on the floor and the other knee keep it bent, and bring your ankle above your knee, and then you can choose, you can touch your lower leg, you can touch your upper leg behind, or maybe your ankle, and then lay yourself down again. Choose your option. And maybe you make some rounds with your feet on the floor, with your ankle. Maybe with the leg you are lifting, the knee you are lifting, you can push it a little bit more away with that arm. You can even feel more. Keep your chin in, your head, back of the head on the floor. The crown of your head, push it away. Maybe you also turn the other way around with your feet on the floor. I'm going to change. Other leg, take it up. And maybe you bring your hands just beneath your knees, or your ankle, or your upper leg. Look at what's possible for you. Lay yourself down again. Maybe you make some rounds with your ankle, which one is just above the floor. When you've got space, you can push with that arm, your other leg, which is in the air, more to the side, more away from you, and keep your head on the floor. Maybe pull your chin in a little bit more. This one invites you to lift your chin more to the ceiling, but pull it more in. Keep it soft at the back of your neck, your head. Also, keep it soft in your face. Maybe turn your foot the other way around. Okay, good. And bring then both knees together and roll yourself up to sitting. And maybe it's nice to cross legs and choose whatever you like. You can also bring your legs more to the side if you like, or if you want to be more on your knees, it's also okay. Choose that option you prefer. And the last part, take your arms wide and keep your shoulders low. Maybe you bend your elbows a little bit more, and bring your thumbs more to the back and your hand palms more to the ceiling. And then one more time, you're going to straighten up the back. And then we start from the crown of your head. So lift the crown of your head a little bit more to the ceiling and pull your chin a little bit more in, and then look just 1 meter just in front of you to the floor. So feel the length of your neck, the back of your head, and keep that And now push your chest bone a little bit more to the front, so roll your shoulders a little bit more back. And like you want to touch the walls next to you with your fingers, maybe you stretch your arms a little bit more out, but keep your shoulders low. And can you pull your lower ribs a little bit more in to make your middle back a little bit more straight? Keep them in. And for your lower back, can you bring your belly a little bit more in so you can feel your sitting bones even more? Okay, and then from your sitting bones to the crown of your head, make one big long rope, spine. Make it long and breathe in and feel that you can make it even more long than you thought you can. And breathe out, relax your arms for one more time. Bring your length now off your back to your crown and out. Relax. And last one, breathe in and now lift your arms. Bring your hand palms together and breathe out slowly. Bring your thumbs to your chest bone and well, if you like to bend for yourself, you bend a lot. I bend for you. Very good. Thank you very much for watching and for doing this video, and well, maybe see you another time. Bye bye.